In the summer of 2002, on a sunny day in Serene Isle, three adventurous friends, Mark Alexson, Sarah Thompson, and Mike Roberts, set out on a thrilling shell-collecting expedition. They were all in their early 20s, brimming with youthful energy and a passion for exploring the ocean's wonders. At 22 years old, Mark was a marine enthusiast with dreams of becoming a marine biologist. Sarah, also 22, was a spirited and curious soul, always seeking new adventures. Mike, 24 years old, was the level-headed and dependable one in the group, with a love for problem-solving and an innate sense of responsibility. Together, they were the perfect trio for this exciting coastal adventure. The friends knew the waters around Serene Isle were also home to some sharks, but they believed their passion for shell collecting would keep them safe. Little did they know that their trip would take an unexpected turn. As they set off on their expedition, the friends were joyful and enthusiastic. The sparkling sun and the gentle waves made the day perfect for their adventure. They waded into the water, laughing and chatting as they searched for the most exquisite shells. As Mark dived deeper into the water, the excitement of their shell-collecting adventure turned into fear as a massive shadow loomed beneath him. Within seconds, a large shark emerged from the depths and lunged at Mark with lightning speed. The friends' hearts pounded in their chests as they screamed for Mark to get away, but it was too late. As Mark desperately tried to swim away, the shark's razor-sharp teeth sank deeper into his leg, causing a searing pain that shot through his entire body. His heart pounded in his chest as he realized the gravity of the situation. He was trapped, and the predator showed no signs of relenting. With adrenaline coursing through his veins, Mark summoned all his survival instincts. He used his free leg to kick at the shark, hoping to disorient it and create an opening for escape. He punched at its nose and eyes, fighting with every ounce of power. The water turned crimson as the struggle intensified and Mark's strength waned. Sarah and Mike, now back on the shore, felt hopeless as they watched their friend's life hanging in the balance. Frantically, they looked around for any object that could be a makeshift weapon to drive the shark away. Without a second thought, Mike plunged back into the water, risking his life to aid his friend. Mark's mind raced for a solution with the shark still in hot pursuit. He knew he couldn't fight the powerful predator alone. As he struggled to stay afloat, he saw Mike re-entering the water, armed with a long, sturdy branch. Mike's heart pounded as he aimed for the shark's eyes with the branch. With adrenaline coursing through his veins, he struck the predator with all his might. The shark thrashed violently, letting out a loud screech and momentarily giving Mark the advantage he needed. Gasping for breath and in agonizing pain, Mark swam as fast as his injured leg could carry him, not daring to look back. Mike, fearless and determined, stayed close behind, warding off the relentless pursuit of the enraged shark. With Mike's support and encouragement, Mark mustered every ounce of strength he had left and pushed himself to the limit. Finally, with the shore in sight, they felt a surge of hope. They pushed through the crashing waves, their bodies exhausted and their spirits shaken. Sarah was there, her face etched with fear and relief. With her help, they managed to get Mark to safety on the shore, the adrenaline rush beginning to subside and the pain surging through his injured leg. Mike's brave act saved his friend's life, but the encounter with the shark left a lasting mark on all of them. Sarah and Mike helped Mark to the safety of the shore, where they desperately tried to stop the bleeding. Fear and shock were etched on their faces, but they knew they had to act quickly. Sarah tore off a piece of her shirt and used it as a makeshift tourniquet while Mike frantically called for help on his phone. As they waited for help to arrive, the reality of what happened sank in. Mark's leg was severely injured, and they knew they had to get him to a hospital as soon as possible. The beautiful coastal town that once seemed like a paradise now felt like a treacherous trap. The paramedics finally arrived and rushed Mark to the hospital. Despite their best efforts, the doctors amputated his leg to save his life. It was devastating to Mark, but he knew he was lucky to be alive. As they tended to Mark's injuries, the friends realized the gravity of the situation. They knew they had to change ways and find safer means to support their families. The near-death experience opened their eyes to the dangers they had underestimated. They made a pact never to engage in such risky activities again. Instead, they decided to find legal and sustainable ways to help their families. With newfound determination, they focused on other opportunities in their coastal town. They started small businesses, organized tours for tourists interested in the island's marine life, and became advocates for protecting the local environment. The friends' decision to change their path not only saved them from further danger, but also had a positive impact on their community. They became role models for others, inspiring them to appreciate and respect nature. As the years passed, Mark, Sarah, and Mike lived fulfilling lives, cherishing every moment they spent with their families and friends. The shark encounter had taught them valuable lessons about life and the importance of living it responsibly. Serene Isle became known for its conservation efforts, and the island's marine life thrived under the watchful eye of its caring inhabitants. The friends' bravery and newfound wisdom became legendary, and their stories spread far and wide, leaving a lasting impression on everyone who heard it. In the summer of 2006, on a sunny day in Australia, Amity Point was alive with the laughter and chatter of beachgoers. Sarah Wiley, a 21-year-old thirsty for adventure, gathered her friends for a thrilling swimming trip. The date was etched in her memory, a day when the sun kissed the sand and the crystal-clear waters of the ocean beckoned them. Amity Point Beach, with its white sand and azure waters, was a paradise for water lovers. The coastal city was known for its picturesque beauty and laid-back atmosphere. Surrounded by lush greenery and abundant marine life, it was a haven for swimmers and divers alike. As Sarah and her friends arrived at the beach, they couldn't contain their excitement. The waves crashed against the shore, inviting them to explore further into the ocean. Despite the warnings of lurking sharks, their adventurous spirits led them to venture into deeper waters. The thrill of the drop-off below only fueled their excitement, and they felt invincible in the face of nature's wonders. As Sarah swam towards a playful pod of dolphins, the charm of the marine world captivated her. But unbeknownst to her, they were swimming in a known hotspot for hungry bull sharks. Recent storms had brought freshwater runoff, enticing these powerful predators with the promise of an easy meal. Though clear in parts, the water became a bit murky due to the recent weather. But that didn't deter Sarah and her friends. In their youthful exuberance, they believed they were safe, surrounded by the beauty of nature. However, danger lurked beneath the surface. The scent of fishermen's bait and the promise of prey drew the bull sharks closer. They moved stealthily through the water, watching and waiting for the right moment to strike. As Sarah swam closer to the dolphins, her heart danced with joy. Little did she know that her idyllic encounter with the marine creatures would turn into a fight for her life. The playful dolphins were unaware of the predators nearby, and Sarah was about to be caught in the crossfire of the ocean's drama. In a matter of moments, the tranquility of the beach was shattered, and the peaceful waters turned into a battleground. The beautiful coastal city witnessed a life-and-death struggle, a reminder of the untamed power of nature. In a heartbeat, Sarah was pulled underwater. The sharks, hungry and alert, launched a ferocious attack. She fought back, punching and kicking with all her strength. But the sharks showed no mercy. The water turned crimson as the terrifying battle raged on. The powerful and swift sharks closed in on Sarah with razor-sharp teeth glinting in the light. Their eyes locked onto their prey, their instincts driving them forward with relentless force. Sarah's survival instincts kicked in, and she gave it her all to escape. Her punches and kicks were desperate attempts to push back the relentless predators, but they kept coming, undeterred. The water churned with splashing and turmoil as the life-and-death struggle played out. Sarah's heart pounded as she fought to keep her head above water and break free from the shark's grasp. Blood mingled with the seawater, a stark reminder of the danger Sarah faced. Despite her courage, the sharks pressed on, driven by their insatiable hunger. In those terrifying moments, it was a battle for survival. Sarah's strength waned as she grappled with the sharks, their powerful bodies propelling them forward with chilling determination. The fight was intense, and Sarah knew she had to find a way to escape the jaws of death. In the distance, Josiah, a brave and quick-thinking man, noticed Sarah's distress. Without a second thought, he raced into the water, fueled by adrenaline and determination. He knew he had to act fast to save her. As Josiah swam towards Sarah, he saw the sharks circling her, their sharp teeth glistening in the water. Sensing the danger, the dolphins formed a protective ring around them. like a shield against the menacing predators. With incredible strength, Josiah reached Sarah and pulled her toward the surface, fighting against the force of the sharks. Her life depended on him, and he was determined not to let her go. As they made their way back to shore, Sarah's arms were mangled and bleeding. The pain was excruciating, but she clung to life, her will to survive stronger than ever. The dolphins continued to guard them, keeping the sharks at bay, and Josiah pushed through the waves with all his might. Every second felt like an eternity, but he didn't give up. Finally, they reached the safety of the shore, but Sarah's injuries were severe. The beach was filled with panic and fear, but Josiah remained focused, doing everything he could to keep Sarah conscious and stable. The emergency workers quickly arrived, carrying Sarah away on a stretcher. Blood-soaked sand marked the path of their desperate journey to safety. Despite the doctor's best efforts at the hospital, Sarah's injuries were too severe. She fought bravely, but ultimately succumbed to hypovolemic shock, leaving everyone heartbroken. Josiah was hailed as a hero, but he couldn't shake the memory of that terrifying encounter. The search for the sharks responsible began, but they eluded capture, leaving the fear of their presence lingering. Sarah's tragic story became a cautionary tale, reminding others of the dangers of swimming in shark-infested waters. Her bravery and the incredible dolphin rescue left a lasting impact on those who heard her story. As for Josiah, he named his sixth child after Sarah in memory of the courageous young woman he tried so hard to save. The incident also sparked a renewed commitment to shark conservation and safety measures, ensuring that others wouldn't face the same terrifying fate. In the picturesque coastal town of Ocean View, nestled along the rugged cliffs of the Atlantic Ocean, lies a hidden cove known for its beautiful sandy beach and sparkling blue waters. The year is 2010, and the town is buzzing with tourists seeking a taste of adventure and relaxation. The town is home to Alex Turner, a thrill-seeking surfer passionate about riding the waves, and Nicole White, an adventurous marine photographer captivated by the ocean's mysteries. Bound by a lifelong friendship and a shared love for the sea, Alex's daring spirit propels him to conquer the waves, while Nicole's fascination with marine life leads her to explore the depths below. Together, they embark on unforgettable adventures, capturing the beauty of the ocean through Alex's surfing and Nicole's lens. On a bright summer morning, Alex and Nicole set out for a day of surfing and photography in the cove. Little do they know that their journey will lead them to a heart-stopping encounter with one of the ocean's most feared predators. As the two friends paddle out into the surf, the waves crash around them, and the salty breeze fills the air with excitement. Unbeknownst to them, a massive great white shark known as the Shadow lurks in the depths below. The Shadow is a legendary predator in these waters, infamous for its stealth and cunning. It has evaded capture and study, leaving tales of its immense size and power. No one has ever seen it up close and lived to tell the tale. The Shadow senses their presence as Alex and Nicole catch waves and frolic in the water. Its keen senses detect the thrashing and movements of the surfers, and curiosity drives it to investigate. In a matter of seconds, the Shadow emerges from the depths, its enormous dorsal fin breaking the surface. Alex and Nicole freeze, their hearts pounding as they face the ocean's apex predator. Instinct takes over as Alex and Nicole paddle furiously toward the shore, their hearts racing with fear. Unrelenting in its pursuit, the Shadow closes in on them, a massive force of nature bearing down upon its unsuspecting prey. Nicole reaches the shore just in time, scrambling onto the sand with adrenaline coursing through her veins. She watches in horror as the Shadow circles Alex, who is still desperately trying to make it to safety. Onlookers on the beach scream in terror, urging Alex to swim faster. The lifeguard blows the whistle, signaling everyone to evacuate the water immediately. The once idyllic beach transforms into a scene of chaos and panic. As Alex reaches the shallows, he feels a sudden tug on his leg. The Shadow's powerful jaws clamp down, and a searing pain shoots through his body. He fights back with every ounce of strength, punching and kicking at the monstrous creature. Despite the danger, Nicole, overcome with fear for her friend, rushes back into the water. She grabs a surfboard and swings it at the Shadow, hoping to distract it long enough for Alex to escape. The beachgoers watch in horror as the struggle unfolds before their eyes. The water turns crimson with blood, and the atmosphere is thick with fear and helplessness. In a desperate act of bravery, the lifeguard's heart pounded as he saw the terrifying scene unfolding before him. Without hesitation, he knew he had to act quickly to save Alex and Nicole from the shadow's deadly jaws. Summoning all his courage, the lifeguard grabbed a rescue board and leaped into the water. He fought against the waves with every stroke, determined to reach his friends in distress. The adrenaline surged through his veins as he closed the gap between himself and the giant white shark. With a surge of strength, the lifeguard positioned himself just behind the shadow. Summoning all his might, he raised the rescue board above his head and brought it down with a resounding thud on the shark's flank. The impact echoed through the water, momentarily causing the shadow to release its grip on Alex. But the shadow was not giving up. It was determined to have its prey. The lifeguard knew he couldn't keep fending off the shark forever. He needed help. In a stroke of luck, a nearby fishing boat heard the commotion and rushed to the scene. Seeing the lifeguard struggle, the fishermen quickly maneuvered their boat to create a barrier between the shadow and its intended victims. Together, they bring Alex to safety, his leg badly injured and bleeding profusely. The lifeguard and Nicole apply makeshift tourniquets, desperately trying to stem the blood flow. As an ambulance rushes Alex to the nearest hospital, Nicole is shaken and traumatized by the harrowing encounter. The news of the shadow's attack spreads like wildfire through Seaville, sending shockwaves through the tight-knit community. In the aftermath of the incident, marine biologists and conservationists converge on Seaville to study the shadow and its behavior. The incident prompts urgent discussions on shark conservation and public safety measures in coastal areas. As Alex recovers from his injuries, he and Nicole find solace in each other's company. The encounter with the shadow has forever changed their perception of the ocean, instilling awe and fear for its untamed beauty. In the years that follow, Alex becomes an advocate for shark conservation, using his first-hand experience to educate others about the importance of preserving these apex predators and their habitats. As for the shadow, it remains a mysterious and elusive creature, a reminder of the wild and unpredictable nature of the ocean. Alex and Nicole's encounter with the great white shark serves as a cautionary tale, a testament to the delicate balance between man and the deep blue sea.